Hey there, it's Jenny B from vitalitybyjenny.com, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about when 80-10-10 isn't working, or why 80-10-10 isn't working for you. So I have had a couple of people approach me and ask me about why the diet isn't working for them, why they're still experiencing challenges, specifically with weight gain, and just all kinds of different things that they felt like were going wrong on 80-10-10, or that they didn't experience the ultimate health like a lot of people do on 80-10-10. And so I wanted to talk about this today, and I wanted to preface it with, one, I don't do 80-10-10 100%. I have before in the past, and I absolutely loved it, and it worked amazingly for me. But if you've been following me, then you know that I don't do it at 100%. But if you're a new viewer, then I wanted you to know that I am not 100% 80-10-10 right now. But I believe in the diet wholeheartedly, and it worked. It made me feel really amazing. And two, I want you to know that I'm not God. And I mean, I know that you know that, but what I'm trying to say is that I don't know, there's no way for me to be able to say 100% truth that this is going to work for everybody. I just can't, there's no way that I can know that. But based upon all of my research, all of my reading for years, my own insatiable thirst for searching for the one thing that would make sense to me, this is the only thing that has. It's the only thing that's made sense on a common sense level to me. Everything about it just fits. It seems right to me. And it made sense on a physical level. I mean, I did it and it worked. And I see it work for so many others as well. And so for me, this is validation, from inside of myself. This is validation that yes, I'm on the right path. Yes, this is, as close to the truth as I'm going to get when it comes to specifically diet. So it's working for me, but if it's not working for you, then there's a couple of things that we can take a look at. So the first thing is going to be physically. Are you, getting everything in the diet right? So are you eating enough calories? Are you eating too many calories? Are you eating enough greens? Are you absorbing the nutrients from those greens? Is your digestive system strong enough to digest those greens? So that you can get all the minerals and all the proteins and all the good stuff out of them. So are you doing the diet correctly? Are you having troubles with it and binging every now and then, or binging a lot? We often tend to think, when we look back on what we've been doing, I do the same thing. So when we look back on what we've been doing diet-wise, it's easy for us to say, okay, I've been doing 80-10-10. I've been doing what they said, and kind of forget about or minimize the little slip-ups that we're having. So, I slipped up here and I slipped up there, but it wasn't a big deal. I was pretty much doing 80-10-10. And so in your head you think, I'm doing it. I'm doing 80-10-10. And so we have to get to a point where we can be very honest with ourselves to be able to move ourselves to the next level. So you have to be very honest with yourself about what you really are doing, how much you really are exercising, how much you're sticking exactly to the diet, those kinds of things. So that's on one level. And then also, there's so many other aspects to being healthy than just diet. And they all have a profound impact on, the level of health you experience, on your weight, whether you can gain weight or lose weight, or, your happiness. All of these things depend on so many more things than just diet. While diet can be an amazing catalyst to bring you closer to what you would say is your ultimate health or your ultimate well-being, there's also other things that could be going on. So exercise is another one of them. Getting enough sunshine, getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, all of these things are important. So that's on the physical side, but then there's also emotional, mental, and even spiritual reasons why you could still be having issues, or why you could have started having issues. And so mental, emotional, if you're in a bad career that's really stressing you out, or that's just not right for you, that's going to hold you back, where you could normally make, you know, certain strides forward if you had a good career that was enlivening you and making you feel like you're living your purpose. You know, relationships, if you're clinging to relationships that just aren't working anymore, or that are sending you the wrong messages, if you're clinging to relationships that are telling you that you're fat, then, and this is something that you believe, then it's going to be difficult for you to lose that weight, you know, because you believe that you're fat on the inside. And so if you believe that on the inside, your external world is going to show you that you're fat, and so you're not going to lose the weight. You know, or if you're afraid to lose the weight for any number of reasons, and sometimes they're not conscious reasons. A lot of times they're not. You know, these are subconscious reasons that it takes some digging and some really being in a vulnerable spot, willing to be in that vulnerable spot, and really opening up and being honest and authentic with yourself about what's truly going on for you. And you have to have a willingness to be able to see it. You know, so it takes being in a specific spot sometimes for you to unlock those doors and to step through, and then be willing to do the things to change those. Because it's, you know, while it's not easy to change our diet, it's usually something physical. To me, like changing our diet is easier than changing the things on the mental or emotional level. Things that have been there your whole life, subconsciously, and when you realize them, then you have to work every day at, you know, changing those patterns, at changing what was taught to you, at changing what you believe. That's one of the hardest things that you can change about yourself, but it's possible. Anything's possible, and it can be fun, I promise. So as you can see, there's just so many different aspects of health and well-being and happiness as a human being, that is what makes the journey to health, to ultimate health, so incredibly personal. So, you know, just about you. It really is just about you. And so while I give you the best knowledge that I can about diet, as much as I know, you know, I give you my experience, my knowledge, whatever I can give to you to help you along your next step, you know, because your journey is so specific that any of the challenges that you would be facing, if I were to help you, I would need to be able to know your situation, know you as a person. And sometimes it takes more than one phone call to really know you on the level that I need to be able to unlock what it is that's going on. Because these types of things don't always come up, usually don't come up in the first time that you're talking to somebody. No matter how deep I try to get you to go with me, there's always certain barriers around, you know, really trusting the other person that you're talking to allow them to hear what is going on inside of you, or to allow yourself to hear that, you know. So as you can tell, there's just a lot to think about, a lot to try to discover in each individual person as they're taking their own journey through health. But the wonderful thing is that while I don't know, you know, it would take me some time with each individual person to be able to say exactly what was going on, because I don't know them yet. You do know yourself. You know yourself better than anybody on this planet. And so all it takes is the intent and the will to figure out what it is that is your block. So I recommend, if you feel like it's something physical or something diet related, then of course, you know, ask somebody with experience in the diet and really pay attention to exactly what you're doing. And, you know, in terms of sunshine, water, sleep, rest, calories, exercise, all of these things, you really have to pay attention to every single one of these aspects to figure out if it's something physical. So if you're led to believe that it's something physical, then I want you to look at all of those aspects and see which one might be your weakest link. So now if it's something, emotional or mental or spiritual even, then if you feel like it may be, then journal about it. You know, ask the question on your journal page, what is my block with 80-10-10? Or what's holding me back from experiencing ultimate health? Or what's holding me back from experiencing my perfect weight? And just start free writing. Just start writing and writing and writing until you feel like something is coming up that you're like, yeah, this is juicy, this is where we're going, this is where I need to start working. And then, you know, you don't have to be willing to work on it right away, but at least you'll know the next step, and that's all that you need to know. Whew! So I know that was a little bit intense, a little bit more involved than most of my videos, but I think it's a very important video, because a lot of times we get the feeling that if we just figure out the diet, if we just get the diet down 100% and we, you know, follow it to the T, just like somebody else said, then everything will be better in my life. Everything's going to be fixed. And I know I say unfortunately it's not that simple, but really we're fortunate that it's not that simple, because if we do that, we're really giving away our own power and our own journey. We're giving that over to somebody else. Whereas what's the really fun part, the really great part about being alive is that it is our own personal journey. And so you want to hold that power, to keep that power to yourself and really own the fact that I'm in control of my next step. When I'm ready to take my health to the next level, I can figure out what that step is. Now, it's great to have other people, you know, all the time I go to different healers, different healing modalities, and use them as my catalyst. They are my open space, my space to go and say, okay, I'm ready to make a shift, but it had to be in my own mind first. Okay, I'm ready to make a shift, so I'm going to go pay somebody else to create an open space for me, create a ceremony for me, and create this place where I feel safe to go to the next level. And so you don't have to do it by yourself. I'm not saying that, because I don't even do it by myself, but you can. And the power should always be with you. The choice should always be with you. So I hope that you liked today's video. If you have any comments, any questions, anything that you'd like me to elaborate on, then please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be sure to, you know, address each one of them whenever I can. And if you would like a free recipe ebook to help you get started on the 80-10-10 diet, or to help make your salads taste good on the 80-10-10 diet, then you can hop on over to www.happysexyhealthy.net and grab my free, instantly downloadable ebook right there. Okay, I love you guys very much. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.